At 11:59. We're starting. We're starting early.
We had to get your entrance.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to catch me being late. Let's go. How's it going, guys? Matt here with Carolina Coops. Welcome to Video Chicken. To my left is my host, Kristen Warren.
I think this one really could be a male.
Oh, we got one that's hatching? This show is for you guys. This is the bass fiber. Y'all know chickens are the gateway drug into homesteading.
We survived with only one trip to the ER. Coyotes are everywhere.
It's about time you show up, Matt. It's a great straw.
It is time, finally, for chicken police. They defecate every 12 seconds. Is that true? Now it is officially noon because the buzzer went off.
Well, I've never counted.
That's long
More
road.
coops.
That's a good one with the courts and everything.
And more chickens.
Well, the math you do now, Daddy, is chicken math.
Calm down, Matt. Calm down. Hello,
What's going on? Okay, so
Hello, Ingrid.
All right, so we
Happy
got
Friday.
Yeah, why are you? All right, come down a little. Then you are clipping a little bit. So we had to mess with the audio, guys. I apologize. Let us know if we sound good. Hopefully we do. I'm hearing something really cool hum in the background, and it might drive me nuts. If you guys don't hear it, I'll get over it. But let me know if you're like,
I thought we decided what the hum was.
am I that confusing?
Yes.
Am I that confusing? So this is one of the things I realize I love about the show is that I get to go back and watch it. Like last week, where you're like, man, I answered that. You actually didn't, but I got accused. Oh, she answered it. You guys got to keep along. You got to follow what I'm saying. So I'm asking the audience.
Are you saying I was wrong? Because I take,
wait a minute.
I take umbrage.
Is that allowed? Are we allowed to go back in time
I am
and
not-
settle the score?
I'm not.
How far back can we go?
I'm not sure what's allowed anymore and what's not. So what's going on, guys? Welcome to Video
I
Chicken.
have some grievances I need to be aired.
Welcome to Video Chicken Live. It is
you gotta wait for the Festivus.
May 12th, 2023. And we have something humming. So I just want to make sure if you guys hear it, let me know. I can move it. We don't want to shut it off. Why do we want to shut it off? I don't know. But if you don't hear it, we'll just leave it. And I can't wait to show you guys what's going on. So, Kristen.
I find it interesting that like you're half deaf, but you can hear like the smallest thing.
I think it's
sometimes.
selectively deaf.
I think yeah.
No,
like my
truth-
dog when I'm calling her.
I think that's a skill most men have.
Truth be told. Now, that's sexist. Now, what if I say something? See what I mean? We're already in trouble.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
Truth be told, yes, my hearing is ridiculous because I'll hear things I shouldn't hear and I can't hear things I was supposed to hear.
Yeah.
And then you hear things that don't exist.
Yeah, there's that.
That's not true. Well, yeah.
Do you hear
okay.
that music?
Stop,
I'm like,
stop,
no,
stop.
I don't hear music.
Hey. Okay, thank you. All right. So what's going on, guys? As I was trying to say, we are live May 12th, 2023. Kristen, thank you for being here. Kristen, our chickenista, our chicken expert who
Thank you for putting up with me.
all these years.
Yeah.
I don't know how I do it. And of course, that's Ingrid behind the computer. And we have an additional person that hopefully he's going through his 90-day probation who is added to the marketing team fresh out of college where they know everything. So I figured I'm going to hire a college student and they can teach us a thing. But this younger generation, they can just figure things out I can't figure out. And one of the things, James, who's on the mixer right now, making sure everything sounds good, figured out is we've added two more platforms that we are streaming live to. No idea if it's working or not. Maybe three. No, I think it is two. We are now streaming live to Amazon Live.
Oh, I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either.
Welcome, Amazon Live.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Welcome the person that's in Bangladesh watching us on Amazon Live.
and then we're also now streaming to Twitter. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think that's pretty cool. And
Mike hears no hum, by the way.
yes, that is awesome. All right.
And
So
Misty's wearing her flag T-shirt.
Nice. Thank you so much. So guys, as always, if you have any questions about chickens, coops, and something particular today, we have a guest. Her name is Kylee in our green room right now. And she is from, wow.
Yeah, I've used some, but
How many? 25 pounds?
I think it's 20.
From? Oh, you can't see it because it's green.
I know.
It is First Saturday Lime. We get asked about this all the time. I promise the bag is not see-through. See, you can't see my hand, but it's
froggy on it.
We have Kylee from Saturday. I was about to say Saturday night. First Saturday Lime. And I'm actually really excited to talk about this for two reasons. One, we get asked about this product all the time, and we hear it's amazing. I don't have any personal experience. Kristen, Ingrid, do you guys have personal experience?
They sent me some, and I've been using it.
Nice.
Actually, and I did a little science experiment last night with it.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear about that. And also, it's an insecticide, right?
That's right up your alley.
Right up my alley.
I know.
Being a former exterminator.
I warned her.
Yeah.
The fact
used to
is,
be a bug guy.
Yeah, there we go.
the fact is, I am forgetting a lot. I really am. So we have Kylee from Saturday Lime and First Saturday Lime. So if you guys have any questions regarding this wonderful product that I hear is wonderful, now is the time to ask. So we're going to get into this and all the benefits and everything you need to know about it. Now, before we really get into it, we'll bring Kylee in about another 5 minutes. I am dying to show off what's humming. Are we ready to do it?
Yes.
All right, now listen. There's a lot of water in there. We have some duck eggs. Hopefully we don't screw it. We're probably going to screw something up. Oh, and my mouse is back. I have control over everything.
Yeah, so I can just leave now.
No.
No. Okay. Oh, look at it flashing. I promise you it's not flashing. That's just the refresh rate of the LCD screen. Ooh, 85%. That's not good. All right, so in
So you
here,
got duck eggs, huh?
in here we are incubating duck eggs. So we got to open that up. That's a little high. And I've been doing some candling, but I first wanted to start with showing everyone this incubator I like. I like it a lot.
I ran three of them so far this spring.
So thank you so much for sharing one of your personal incubators here at Carolina Coops. And inside here we have duck eggs. I want to show you guys something that I like about it. Especially if you're in a classroom. You have this beautiful see-through window. You really get to see what's going on. You don't see that with a lot of normal incubators. And then the rotation, like setting it up is so easy. If you got to put water in, you just put it in one of these ports. I don't understand why there's a difference between A and B.
You're supposed to use A until the last section of time when you have to increase the humidity to prepare for hatch. But I was using both anyhow. So
I just dump it in.
yeah, I mean you've got a readout, so
Right.
whatever works.
The other thing I love is, I just love this. Even though it's automatic, it gives us a countdown. How many days do duck eggs take to incubate?
28,
28. What is it for chickens?
21.
Yeah, so it's going to take a little bit longer. And it knows to stop, right? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
I love that feature. And then if you're like, I want to make sure the little buggers aren't getting stuck in there. I did notice with duck eggs, they're a little bit bigger. We're going to show them to you here in a little bit. That a couple of them are so big, they're not rotating. So we've had to go in there and rotate them by hand.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I've been a good little mama duck here, rotating them. Actually, my daughter's been on top of it. So, we're going to candle some of these. And the thing I love most about this, what are you doing?
I was just checking 16 days.
16 days to go.
But I think that's set up for a 21-day cycle.
No, I set it up for 28.
Oh.
I told it how many, because that's what you told me to do.
Oh, I didn't know it had that feature.
I know. See, I just do what I'm told to do. Let's candle some eggs real quick. And
Don't we have to turn out all the lights?
I don't know. We're about to find that out. Boy, way to make it technical. So
Way to be accurate. Jeez.
this incubator has a light right there. If you guys can see that.
I totally forgot that was there.
If you are a teacher, there is no better place to incubate eggs. And I'm telling you, this is a fantastic idea for your classroom, especially springtime. And they love the incubation process. And, of course, the hatching process.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go ahead. If you can do me a favor, I'm going to lift up. If you can grab any egg if you want. Yeah, go right for the big one. Now, and we're going to candle it. So we're going to turn that on. And we're going to put it right up there.
Ooh.
And
Buzzer.
yeah, buzzer. What's the buzzer for?
Dud.
Yeah. This one is not
Fertilized.
developing, which most likely would mean it was never fertilized.
Ugly duckling.
Now, hold on. Oh, slow down. How do you know?
Because there's nothing in there. We would at least see veining or darkness.
So it's not that nothing's in there. What is in there
Is a yolk.
is the yolk. You can see it right there. If we flip it over, You might be able to see the air sac.
The yolk just looks like an amber shadow in there, really.
So this one's a dud. Now, what do we want to do with it?
Eat it.
After it's been incubated? All right, so let's lift this up. We're just going to put this
I
one
just
back.
wanted to see you cringe.
Okay.
I
so-
actually I cooked up my duds and fed them back to the chickens.
Oh, dear God. I wish you didn't say that.
Why?
I see and hear the comments now. All right, so on to another one. Who's got the buzzer? Who's on the buzzer?
Wait,
Here,
this is not news to you, though. You've been candling them, right?
I'm sorry, I was looking for something else. I wasn't paying attention.
So I have been candling them. So here we have another dud, all right, because we don't see growth. But let's get some eggs that we see growth. We're going to go in there. Now, does it matter which point you put down into? Oh, what do we got here?
Oh, that's yeah. See, we're definitely into the cycle because, well, you don't really see veining now at this point. You just see at the air sac. That's what I'm looking for. Is at the top of the.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that on the camera.
Yeah, so we may not see it. I was hoping to do this last week, and we there we go. We got the audience.
So it's solid, like a solid dark mass, and you can see a distinct line where the air sac is. So the air sac is always on the larger end of the egg, and so that's what we see. We're past the veining portion of development, and now it's just a solid, opaque, I would say dark or black mass in there with a distinct line at the air sac. So that's excellent. We've got so much development in there. We've got, feathers and, body mass. We've got everything in there developing.
I know. We're going to have baby ducks.
You look at you.
I
You
know.
look like a proud papa.
I'm getting there. All right, so
Aw.
let's do another one.
Are they going to imprint on you?
We're going to do a couple more. I don't know. I just love ducks. I love duck eggs. Yeah, there we go.
Just
Grab
have
a middle one.
have them wandering around at the office with all the animals, other animals,
yeah,
and give them
maybe
a
not.
little diaper. Yeah, same here.
I can't see because you're...
And here.
Okay, now notice something about this one. You can really see that air sac.
Yeah.
And why is it important to monitor the size of the air sac?
Because that tells you how far in development they are.
Okay, explain a little bit more about that.
Because the air sac does get larger over time when it's being developed. And they use that air sac when they hatch.
That's right. So you know that all things are going well because they need that air sac. All right, let's do one more. Do the one on the opposite side.
Here?
No.
Here?
Gosh, I wish I had.
Here?
Thank you. I need to be like laser pointers on my eyeballs. Because one of them, when I candled it
that's
yesterday.
a terrible image. That's a dud.
This is a dud, so it's
You
not
wanna
this
take
one.
out the
All right, here,
duds?
you lift it up and I'll grab it. Here we go. My hands aren't as skinny. Thank you.
Okay.
My hands are not as skinny as yours. Let's try this one. Yeah, they're developing. Okay, you can really see a lot of veins, hopefully, with that one. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Well,
or you think that one stopped?
I think that one stopped because it's only half black. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel so judgmental.
It's
right
different than the other ones, correct?
now. It is slightly different. That's why I kind of wanted to show that, and I was
Yeah.
hoping. I bet
You
you.
can't
if we-
really see it on the
Can
camera.
you
I'm sorry,
turn
guys.
Can you turn my headphones up just a touch? It's driving me nuts. I can't hear myself, or if my level is really that perfect right there. Thank you.
How nice we have somebody to do that.
I know.
I mean, Ingrid did it before.
I know, but
Yeah, but I ignore him.
Ingrid's got.
Ingrid's
I know.
Ingrid's multitasking over there.
All right, so it is 12:13. We got to get Kylee in here
We
from
have some questions.
First
too.
Saturday Night. Okay, well let's do some
All
questions
right,
then.
so that one, let's put that one back in.
And I just want to say, Stormy,
hand doesn't-
are you listening? Stormy says that Carolina Coops Christmas came for me this week. My water system and hay arrived. The farm straw, I'm guessing, and hemp soon to come. Oh, the dopamine. So she's super happy.
Nice. Thank you so much for your business. That's very, very exciting. And yeah, the healthy straw. So a little bit about the healthy straw. We shot now 2 videos or 3 videos of
2.
the. Okay.
Yeah, and your mic cut out on the first video, by the way.
Do you believe that? We got to redo it. We wanted to bring you guys a 3-part series of a video with the healthy straw to actually show what I'm about to say, and that is, I love it.
We can fudge the beginning.
We're gonna fudge it.
Yeah, we're
All
gonna
right,
fudge
so
it.
we're gonna fudge the beginning. All right, so Laura has a question. My 1-year-old Novagen was a bit lethargic late afternoon, then passed out a shellless egg. I mean a yolk and white, no shell. or membrane at all, comments please. I have seen this.
Yeah, those are they feel like a squish ball. Really, I mean, it's really bizarre and interesting. I sometimes see those as their first egg.
I got one from an older hen.
It's just a misfire, really. I mean, it's normal. I mean, if you see one, I wouldn't think much of it. It's just a fluke. If you see it a lot, definitely increase the calcium.
Do you think the lethargy?
Speaking of increasing calcium in today's show,
do you think the lethargy? I know. Had anything to do with the shellless? Like, she's making a connection between the chicken being lethargic and then having a shellless egg. Do you think that's just coincidence, or do you think there's anything to that?
What do you think? I mean, I mean, it. Sometimes they, you know, if you see her taking a dust bath or a sun bath or not as active as the other ones, that's could be indicative of something. But I would definitely do more observation before I would tie. I wouldn't get worried yet, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, and like just keep watching her.
And sometimes I had the olive egg you gave me was limping for 2 days, and she was getting around fine, but when she would run, she was clearly limping, and it seemed to work itself out. So.
All right, so it is 12:16. I want to get Kylee in here. We'll definitely get to all your questions and comments, but if you don't have any questions or comments, please give us a wave high. Tell us where you're watching from. Everyone out there, please do everything you can to help share and promote the show, whether it's clicking on things, sharing things. I don't know what the heck we have to do, but I'm hoping we see someone soon from, again, it's Twitter we're now streaming to, and Amazon Live, but we just set it up today, so maybe we got to build an audience. Who knows? And then the other thing I want to mention before I forget, I'm not sure if James has it all done. I was doing a little experiment this week with having someone here now that can just do social media all day, every day.
I noticed.
That we wanted to kind of, I mean, is it clickbait? Is it considered clickbait? Where we have a coop being shipped somewhere that's pretty darn cool. I can't believe it's going there. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun just to show this chicken coop that has to get crated because it's going overseas on a ship, and maybe have people guess where it's going, and whoever gets the answer right gets to win a t-shirt.
I think that's great.
Thank you. And then it evolved into a really good post where it's like, oh, we don't know where this is going, but the customer left us 3 clues, whatever. So I bravo to that. Apparently people are very, very smart because there was a lot of accurate guesses.
They Googled.
Was it that simple? Was there cheating involved?
I think there was Google.
So there is a lot of answers that are correct. And I thought what we could do is put those names in a hat and do a drawing today. And we all know how we're going to do a drawing, so no one can argue or be like, oh, that was cheating. Okay, I'm going to bring my 9-year-old daughter in now. She will do it. And if you're going to argue with a 9-year-old girl, good luck. All right. All right, so let's get Kylee in here from First Saturday Lime.
You guys have to scooch over.
How you doing today, Kylee?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. All right. Your audio sounds good. The visual's much better. We're a little pixelated in the beginning. Welcome to Video Chicken Live. Where are you calling us from right now?
So we are located in Okarche, Oklahoma. We have one warehouse, and that is where I'm at currently.
Very nice. So, First Saturday Lime. Go ahead. Tell us what it is. I know there's going to be some people like, well, what in the heck is it? Just give us a good introduction to this product.
What is it, and why do we as chicken people need it?
Sure. So First Saturday Lime is a non-toxic insect repellent. So what we did, it's a patent pending formula. So we took a version of hydrated lime, put it through a patent pending process, and we made it to where the product is insoluble. So whenever it comes into contact with moisture in skin or fur, it won't cause a chemical reaction. So it is an insoluble product, which makes it different from a lot of the other kinds of lime on the market today.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. So it lasts longer and it's safer.
Right. So just a monthly reapplication. So First Saturday is when we tell people to reapply.
I I had a feeling
Wow,
that might.
I don't even know why I didn't even make that. I mean, I read all your stuff and I
Chicken
didn't even.
people are so smart and punny.
I know. I love that.
Oh,
That first Saturday.
One of my favorite questions is always ask people, how did you come up with the name? And I had a feeling that might be it. So that is absolutely brilliant.
I love it.
So my next question, I've already read the story, so I did some of my own Googling and cheating. Tell us what's behind the frog.
Okay. So the frog is so our owner or our founder Jana. She worked on her family farm with her dad, and they had they always wanted to make a non-toxic insect repellent that was safe whenever it was used as directed, and so they started up for Saturday Lime after her dad had passed. His name was Richard, and whenever they first started back in 2017, a frog would always show up to the shop, and it reminded them of their father, and so they named the frog Ricardo, and he came around like every day for the past, or for the first 2 weeks of starting it up. So now there's a little bit of her dad in each of the bags. So.
Oh, that's a great story and very touching. To us, and especially Matt, since his father passed.
Okay. Thank you.
Recently, so just wanted to give you a few minutes.
I didn't know
to
that was going to hit me.
Get back.
That is awesome.
Get back to
so,
us.
as everyone knows, I am a former exterminator, and I was that nerdy bug guy. But I can tell you, as a disclaimer, I ended up not liking the business because it's abused. The pesticides are abused. The taking advantage of people's fears is abused. And one of the things that used to drive me nuts, and it's a form of cheating, it's called, spray and pray. If you're an exterminator, you just go in there and hose everything down, which is highly illegal for most products. And it's like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm a great bug guy. But no, you're not. You're not. I always used to say you got to be sniper-like. But in order to be successful, whenever you're dealing with pests, and you got to understand, the first step always is positive identification, because if you don't know what you're really dealing with, you might be using the wrong product. And I'm hoping we're going to get into that a little bit of, how does the product actually work and things like that, because it's very similar to a product we used a lot called Dryone. And what I find interesting is, one of the first statements she made is it's non-toxic. So I would love if you could explain to us first what makes it non-toxic.
Yeah. So since Okay, so hydrated lime is a very caustic form of lime. So through our patent pending process, whenever we made it the insoluble version that it is, it won't cause it's made with all natural ingredients, and then it won't cause the chemical burns and things like that as well. Safe to use as directed, even if it's accidentally ingested and things like that.
Okay, so explain to us then. One of the things that we had to always be taught as an exterminator is when you're using a product like this dust we would use, it was a desiccant. And it's like, okay, so how is it killing it? And because it's a desiccant, it's cutting up the outside of the epicuticle of the insect, drying it out. That's like the layer. It's like a waxy layer around the insect, and then their skeletal system, their bones are on the outside versus ours on the inside. So it's a nasty death. It'd be like if we went and rolled in a bunch of broken glass and we bled to death, kind of. At least that's what I always visualized. What is the motive? What are the ingredients? What are the active ingredients, the inert ingredients that is in Saturday Lime, and how does it actually work?
Yeah, so our active ingredient is citric acid, and it is a desiccant. But it dries the insect out through their exoskeleton. So it dries the insect out, and once they breathe that in and they're getting dried out through their exoskeleton, they leave. So they repel. It doesn't, it repels the insect rather than anything else. So it just makes them leave the air.
It's not there to kill. It's not used to exterminate.
Correct.
It's used as a repellent, and they're quite clear about that.
So that is so important, because the other thing I talk about a lot is first, identification when you're dealing with a pest. And the other thing when you're dealing with pests, it really starts with prevention. Can you turn me down? I'm getting all over the place here. There we go. Thank you. It all starts with prevention. And you can use products if need be. If you got what I used to call high pressure, you're like, man, there's nothing I can do. I live next to a horse farm. I got to do something. Prevention through the use of repellents is so important. Where you got to be careful is like bed bugs. When bed bugs first came on the scene, 2002, 2003, we didn't know what the heck we were doing. And a lot of insecticides are very repellent. So we go in there, applying product, and we're just pushing them around. And so you have to keep that in mind. If you're going to use something, it's repellent. And when it's repellent, it's a great form of prevention, or you might make things harder for yourself. So you mentioned citric acid, and what were the other ingredients that are in here that allow this to work?
I believe calcite. I am the communications manager, so I don't deal with much of the production of it or anything like that. So,
But it is safe for pets and gardens. So we treat our chickens like pets, and some people have their dogs by their coop and stuff. Now I put it around my coop, and I also put it in the underneath the bedding in the nest box, just because. And we have the Carolina Coops have the drop down egg hutches, and I just kind of put a little line in there, just enough that I could still close it, but just because I had a couple that were being broody and I didn't want them to get mites because they were sitting in the nest box longer than they needed to be. So and I found it worked really good. And then I just last night decided to do an experiment. So in my garden, so I am starting seeds. And if you notice those, and they're great bugs. We need the bugs. I'm not saying that we don't, but those little, I guess they call them potato bugs or roly-polies.
Yeah.
What's the name for them?
Pill bug.
Pill bugs, thank
It's
you.
actually a crustacean, a pill bug is.
Yeah, it is. And they're great, but they will eat like seedlings and just decimate them. So we were using a composted mix to make these holes where we were planting beans and cucumbers and such. And I just saw I saw a lot of those pill bugs around there. So I had DE and I had First Saturday Lime. So I've done like a bunch with the First Saturday Lime and just kind of just sprinkled it around last night, and a bunch, a couple spots I did with melons that had the DE. And I just wanted to see, would a DE even work on a pill bug, Matt?
And that's diatomaceous earth.
Diatomaceous earth definitely works on pill bugs.
Okay.
And we have treated a lot. I can just tell you stories about pill bugs. You just brought back a lot of memories.
I didn't mean to trigger you.
Yeah,
but-
no. But again, the thing is, it's always prevention. Like when people
Right.
start talking about, hey, I got a lot of pill bugs, you're either going to make a decision to keep treating to keep it under control, or do we got to learn, okay, we have a pill bug, let's read up on it and find out why they're there so we can control why they're there.
They seem to have been attracted to the soil amendment I was using, which is a high composted soil amendment. So everywhere that I planted that is where in the holes I saw the pill bugs. I'm fine with them because they need to aerate the soil. They're needed, but I just need my seedlings to come up. It's the same reason why I protect things from like rabbits and stuff. It's like I just need them to come up, and then once they're up, go to town.
So can you do me a favor? I'd love to bring up the First Saturday Lime website. So if people
Will
have any
do.
questions, they know where to go and where to purchase it. And of course, I'm going to ask if we're carrying this on our website yet, because we've had a lot of people come
We
here
are not.
we're requesting it. So we got to make sure that, sometime soon we start to talk business.
Yes.
And, another question I had, and this kind of baffled me a little bit. You can, and I read this on their website, that you can use this in the waterer to prevent growth of, it said moss, but I'm not sure if we mean algae or moss. So right there, algae from ponds and bird baths. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
So Kylee, I wasn't sure if we can kind of hit on.
And does that affect the pH of the water?
The First Saturday Lime will neutralize the pH to a 7. First Saturday Lime will fight the algae-causing bacteria in a waterer that doesn't have a filter or a pump. Since it is an insoluble product, we don't recommend using it in any water systems that do have a filter or pump, just so we don't clog those up. But it will raise the pH to a 7, and it does work to fight the algae-causing bacteria.
So I'm glad you just mentioned it, because when I was reading about this, I was like, oh no, I don't want our customers that have our basic water system or our heated water system that does have a pump and go, oh, I'll just put some of this in it. You will clog that pump. You'll just bind it up, and then the thing's going to shut down. But if you have just a regular waterer.
Yeah, an open trough type water.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about as well is we get asked this a lot. The dust bath. And I saw on here on the website that you have the perfect recipe.
Yes, we do. I can actually point it to where it's at. I don't have that memorized yet. I'm getting close though. It's actually on our tips tab. And then you go to how to care for chickens with FSL. Yep, you'll click that, and then you can scroll through there, and we have a few different tips to be able to take care of your chickens. And then also the dust bath, using it in water pans, even doing a whitewash on your coop if that's something you're interested in. And we have a lot of different recipes there for that.
So that was actually going to be one of my closing questions. I think that's very intriguing, and I don't know if we've ever even brought that up ever in the show. And that's something I don't think we ever get asked. So I thought, hey, let's learn about it now. Is the whitewash? Can you tell us about the what a whitewash is and how we would use, like how she says, FSL? How would we use FSL in the whitewash?
So what you can do is you can follow that recipe, and it'll make basically kind of like a paste, I would say, or a paint, something in the middle there. And you can put it on the walls on the inside of your coop to be able to repel those insects from the coop. So not only would you put it on the ground and the nesting boxes, the hutches, and things like that, but you can also put it on the walls of the coop for maybe in the summertime to keep insects from just going everywhere, keep flies out, things like that.
And if we should read that recipe, it was very simple for our podcast listeners.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's just water, salt, and for Saturday lime, but I'm not sure of the parts on that or if there's any other included ingredients, but I think that was all that it needed.
Yeah, it looked like equal parts. Or no,
Yeah.
okay, no, I was looking at something else.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, at the FSL website, firstsaturdayLime.com. I love it. It's very simple to read. It's straight to the point. And how to whitewash the inside of your chicken's coop.
I wasn't sharing, Matt.
Oh,
Relax.
Well, am I not relaxed? I am so relaxed.
You should see him when he's not relaxed.
I know.
Oh yeah, wait till you guys meet Florida Matt, full-time Florida Matt. Oh, you guys won't even recognize him. All right, listen. All right, so now I can't read it. All right,
Okay,
so
it's 8 cups of First Saturday lime, 2 cups salt, 1 gallon of water, and 1 paintbrush.
so
So 8 cups lime, 2 cups salt, 1 gallon water.
So would that help as like a? I'm sorry, Matt. Would that help as a repellent then if you're painting? Is that how it's supposed to? Okay, Kylie. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah.
So what's also nice is going back to my extermination days, you also got to learn the products you're using in and out. And to be a successful exterminator, you have to understand if you're going to use a product, like we used to use a product that was microencapsulated. And it was genius how the heck they do this, where they actually take the active ingredients and they encapsulate it, which reduces its repellency, which is really nice. So if you want something where you want them to get in touch with it and contact with it, and you don't want them to run away, you would do something like that. But in this particular case, we also got to understand the surface that we're applying to. There's a lot of insecticides that will penetrate porous surfaces. If we're using this as a whitewash, that tells me it must be excellent at staying suspended on that porous surface.
We have questions.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get right to the questions.
Okay. So, okay. What happens after a rainstorm? Do you need to reapply?
Yeah, so since the product is an insoluble product, as long as you can see First Saturday lime, wherever you've applied it, as long as you can see the product, it will dry out and reactivate itself.
So this is another thing that I thought was brilliant to think about, and especially when you're using an insecticidal dust, and this is how it was taught to me, and it was brilliant. If you ever walked on a beach, and if you walked on wet sand, it doesn't get in between your toes. Mm-hmm. And when you're using insecticidal dust, this dust really needs to get, and I don't mean maybe this one in particular, I'm just using insecticidal dust in general. You got to get in between the hairs of the insects. You got to make sure it's dry. And a lot of times when it does rain, when you're applying something outside, it'll wash it away. But if you're saying that if you can still see it, then once it gets dry, it can be active again. Versus if you might have a situation where it all of a sudden got wet because you're outdoors, okay, it's going to happen, and you applied this product, and maybe it possibly could happen that you feel it's not working. That's not the case. You probably have to wait, and I guess this is a question. You have to wait until it dries out again to see its efficacy. Is that correct?
That is correct. Here in Oklahoma, we do get very strong winds. We even had a chance for a tornado last night. I keep First Saturday lime applied on my front porch. So to keep bugs from maybe coming into my home, I make sure to keep it on the outside of my porch. So I line the exterior of my front door and things like that. And first Saturday lime was still there this morning, even with the high wind. So,
will it keep those giant cockroaches that come into my house? It's, I'm a New Yorker, so cockroaches were like gross. But down here in North Carolina, these giant woodland cockroaches that,
Yeah,
Florida likes to call them palmetto bugs to make it sound like they're fancy.
I grew up with those. Those were my friends in South Carolina.
Hold the
I can't
phone.
take that.
Wait, you got American cockroaches?
No, the
Hold on,
North
no.
Carolina
big
ones.
No. This ain't gonna work. So wait a minute. I thought you had Smoky Browns. You're saying you got the ones that you see down in Florida that they call palmetto bugs, which are not a palmetto bug. It's an
They
American
fly,
cockroach.
right?
They
Yes,
will
they
fly when
fly.
it's really, really warm. They're not good flyers or clumsy
No,
flyers.
and they always seem to be by my sink.
Wait, you got Americans?
Whatever they have here in
Or
North
do you got
Carolina.
Smoky Browns? Did you ever send me a picture?
You can come to my house and see them.
If you were there, Matt.
Ingrid,
If you were only there fixing my roof, you would have seen them. Okay?
hold on. So did you just hear what I heard? Hold on. And we've talked
You mean
about
her ribbing you or the content of her?
No. We've talked about this. Did we just get the official invite to finally come inside Ingrid's house?
Yeah, if you can deal with my old deaf dog.
All right, so back to the questions.
I'm
Let's
going
keep
to
going.
look up the cockroach.
So yeah, I just
let me clarify. With your question, it will repel roaches, but it cannot be used inside the home. So we do recommend making a 2-inch barrier around the home.
yeah, that's
that
what I
you
would
are
do.
able to repel them. Yes, if you can repel them outside with the exterior barrier, then it does work that way. But again, much like the water, it is an insoluble product, so we don't offer any warranties on furnishings or vacuum cleaners, things like that.
Right.
Okay, hold
That
on.
makes sense.
Hold the phone. I thought for sure. So again, it's just me being an exterminator. One of the first things you got to do before you use a product, you got to read what's called the label, and the label's the law. You really want to follow that. I couldn't find an actual label, but I have to believe there is a label. But I thought for sure I read that it is labeled for indoor use. But maybe I was crazy. Was I dreaming that?
No, it is not used. It is not used indoors. So you cannot use it inside the home, where you might have those furnishings, the vacuum cleaner, things like that. So we don't recommend using it inside the home. But since you don't vacuum your coop, it is okay.
Some people do.
We got people that vacuum. So let's talk about that, because here's the thing that I think people forget. You got to use some common sense. And one of the things I hated about dust, even though this is also what was one of the benefits, is if you apply it right, especially in cracks and crevices, it has it can really flow if you're using like a bellows duster. But one of the things I hated is it will sometimes come out, especially if there's a backdraft and you're working in an old house or whatever, and you breathe that in. That's where it's going to be bad. Same thing with like boric acid.
Yeah.
Boric acid is a stomach poison, okay? And the insect needs to ingest it. However, when you're applying that, it's perfectly safe as long as you're not breathing it in. That's just really common sense. So even like you mentioned vacuuming, if you use this as a broadcast application, you go in there and vacuum it, oh boy, I couldn't even imagine. That's just going to get right inside your lungs. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, why it's not labeled for indoor use.
And it could clog the vacuum cleaner.
Yes. So we don't recommend using it indoors, because it can, since it's insoluble and things like that, we make sure to keep it very, broad, I guess would be the term of, we don't recommend using it indoors, because whenever we put that, because of this, then, people try to sidestep that. And so we to just say that using it indoors, we don't recommend.
So somebody asked if you could mix apple cider vinegar with First Saturday lime in the water, which I think that would that just sounds to me like one is going to give it more acid and one is going to one's going to be like a base, right?
I've never heard of that before. So I would definitely have.
Yeah, I think that would
They would cancel each other out.
I think they would cancel each other out, right? Yeah, I think.
But you might have benefits.
We
can try that here.
I think I would be one or the other, and still that would still be a trough kind of water.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah.
Because somebody also asked, it raises the pH to 7. Can you use this as a pH booster for your pool? That would be cool. But if you don't want to use it in a pool because you have a filter, correct?
Right. We don't recommend using it in pools or spas because it is an insoluble product. So
Right.
anything with a filter or pump, we definitely recommend to not apply it there.
So if you are just joining us, we are live. It is May 12th, 2023. Go ahead. There is a drinking game, just so you know. Every time I say the date, people are taking shots, apparently, which I think is awesome. We have Kylee from First Saturday Lime. If you have any questions regarding this product, please, now is the time to ask. And there's no bad question. There's no embarrassing questions. I guarantee whatever question you have, most people also have.
I've seen a couple questions about how it affects the soil.
Yeah. So, Bruce asked if it will affect the microbial. Thank you. I can't. Weird talking today. Would it affect that in the soil? That stuff.
Are only guaranteed to repel insects with an exoskeleton. However, it will also it will also neutralize bacteria within the soil and eliminate odors, but we can't say for sure other than guaranteeing just the insects with the exoskeleton.
Right. I don't think this is something you're really, from my understanding, and Kylie will correct me if I'm wrong, this is something you use as like a barrier around things. This is not something that I would necessarily like put in my soil to garden with. I'm putting it on top to eliminate
and there's
one area of bugs.
So what you can do is you can do 1/8 of an inch on the soil, 1/8 of an inch on the top of the soil of your garden, or in your nesting boxes on the ground of your coop, in the run, in the anything like that. So you apply 1/8 of an inch and you just kind of sprinkle that around, and that can cover it that way. However, if you're going to do a barrier of a home or a coop, you can also do a barrier on the outside of the coop or a barrier on the outside of your garden even. You do 2-inch barriers there. So 2-inch barriers around the outside of the home, but 1-inch barrier if you're covering like the ground of the coop.
That makes sense.
all right. Yeah, I bet you could put it on your roost bars too. That would be nice.
Does it help keep flies away? Joan is
So
asking.
it will repel flies. However, it is a topical product. So whenever the fly comes into contact with First Saturday Lime, they will just leave the area.
Right, so let's be clear there. And boy, does this bring back so many memories. It's one thing to repel a fly off a surface, and that's usually too late for most people. There's another to repel a fly flying around.
Right.
Most flies, when you put an application of a product on a surface, when the fly's flying around, they really don't know it's there. So you got to wait for them to land, and that is a good way to help repel a majority of flies from ever being around that area. So I wouldn't say it wouldn't hurt. But a lot of people are like, well, I put that stuff down on the wall and I still see them flying around. But, oh gosh, it's just hard to explain that to people. And there are ways to repel flies while they're flying around. That's a whole nother story.
Fans.
So hold on. I want to make sure I'm clear on something, because again, I understand using insecticides as prevention. And it sounds like you're really promoting this product as a form of prevention, not so much a form of actually killing an insect.
It says it right on there. Right on the bag.
Yeah. It is used as a preventative measure, but it can also be used to fight infestations as well.
So another thing that happens, this is why I brought that up, is insects have what are called spiracles. You know what spiracles are? Anybody?
I don't.
Spiracles?
Yeah.
Anyone? I always
like
almost thought who could
yoga?
guess it, but everyone's going to Google, what are spiracles? That's what that's the breathing part of the insect that they breathe through, and a lot of them are down on their abdomens, and you can actually see it under a microscope. A lot of dust, if you dust it directly, will actually clog them and suffocate them. So I wasn't sure, and I'm not saying that I don't want to mislead people, but I'm just curious if we had a cockroach and we just dusted it, have you ever seen that it will clog the spiracles and suffocate them and kill them?
I haven't ever gotten that technical with it. What I have done before is whenever I do place a barrier, if I place it, in my yard so let's say I'm on my porch and I see that I have some insects crawling around. I'll take First Saturday Lime and get ahead of them, and I'll sprinkle a line just to see, what it would do if we actually did have insects crawling, and you can actually watch the insects go up to the lime and then turn right back around.
Nice.
And go back.
Awesome. All right, yeah, so we got some more questions. It is already 12:43. I can't believe how time flies around here.
So somebody was asking we often say don't put anything in with our deep litter method. So they were asking if you would use this in the deep litter method, and would it compost down like the hemp and the poop and everything that we use for deep litter?
Right. So there are a lot of customers that use First Saturday Lime in their deep litter method. So whenever they put new bedding on, then they'll sprinkle a little bit of First Saturday Lime to fight the odor, insects, and things like that. And then whenever you go to use that deep litter method within the compost, or whenever it's packed down, there are still many people that use it in their deep litter method. But there's also people that say that they don't like to use it in their compost. So we're getting mixed answers on that, where people have tried it in their compost and maybe they use, I don't know if it's the word of maybe too much, so then it's still fighting those insects, whereas, the ones in the deeper layers aren't getting as much results. So there's mixed questions of people do love using it in their deep litter method, but then also people choose not to, just because it will repel all insects, even if they're deemed beneficial for composting.
Right. And which is with our hemp and our deep litter method, we find that there is no odor, as long as you don't overload your coop.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is, if you feel you have to add something to the deep litter system, or even composting in general, I would say something's out of balance. And typically it's 1 part nitrogen, 30 parts carbon. I still don't know how you go in and count all that, but I always tell people you can really tell if you got to add something based on smell, and we've seen that with the deep litter system. But there have been people have said, oh yeah, I will only use a form of lime in the deep litter system, and I find that a little confusing. So I guess to each their own. If you feel it's working, then go for it, but I want to be very careful not to send the wrong message to people.
Right.
Perhaps you could line the chicken coop with the lime, the First Saturday Lime, and then do the deep litter.
Yeah.
It would just be on the perimeter, the edges.
Yep.
I don't know.
But not necessarily mix it in.
Kathy has a question. Does FSL have a shelf life?
It does not have a shelf life.
So you could have it for a long time.
So meaning that, yeah.
Stock up.
Very nice.
Also, John asked what the difference between First Saturday Lime, the lime in that, and you might have already touched on this, versus a soil amendment kind of lime that you would buy in a garden store, because a lot of times you're told to add lime for like hydrangeas, which will give them a certain color because it will make the acidic soil less acidic.
Yeah, and whether that's pelletized lime or agricultural powdered lime.
Right.
Yeah, so going back to the insolubility is the main key that ties it and makes it different. So it's been made insoluble. It won't cause a chemical reaction whenever it comes into contact with moisture in skin or fur or plants. So that's the main key there that differs from different versions of lime.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it just left me. Oh God, do I need a break? It was, okay, yes. Again, going back to my bug guy days, if I remember correctly, another pest we used to have to deal a lot with, and it had a lot to do with timing, is with snakes. And I was once taught, I never did it, we always used a specific like snake away product, but I want to say someone told me once upon a time, if you use some sort of lime, and I know there's different types of lime, I think it was like a crystallized lime or something like that, that would also repel snakes. I'm just curious, have you ever done any tests with that, putting this down to repel snakes?
Yeah, First Saturday Lime, since it's only guaranteed to repel insects, it will not repel snakes. There's even a few customers that do use it in their snake enclosures. Whenever, if they don't want, maybe they have an abundance of insects or things like that. So.
Oh wow! Okay, interesting.
I think it's sulfur that repels snakes.
Something like that. Yeah. Gosh, I'm getting so old now. I'm forgetting all these things, but it does jog back a lot of memories. What is a
daiquiri? So I'm in Monsanto. Can I add this lime to a daiquiri?
Oh, okay. Gosh. I had no idea.
He's trying to win himself a T-shirt, I think.
Laura's asking, I guess we can talk business. Laura's asking, is there any Carolina Coop discount to buy the Saturday Lime? I'm not going to put you on the spot to answer that, but I guess the question is, how much? How much? Oh, geez, how many pounds was I right?
So let's see how good my memorization skills are. But at this time, so part of the really good part of First Saturday Lime is that we have a subscription. So you can either have the 20-pound bag or the 5-pound monthly subscription to show up at your house on the first Saturday of every month. So for the subscription, the 20 bag is $26.39, or the 5-pound bag is $17.59. Or you can just do a one-time purchase as well.
That's not bad, actually.
I saw they had a promotion for first time purchase, I
Yep.
believe. And
Yes.
And we could probably talk.
promo code.
We could talk off camera
Yeah.
with Kylee and see if we can do something where we can help market each other, and
Yeah.
and have this available for our customers and whatever we do.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're vetting out, really. I mean, this is our customers, our viewers, our fans get to see what we do live. Typically behind the closed doors is, find out about a product, find out if it works. But the other thing I'm real big on is who are the people behind it. I really want to make sure, because when our customers support us, I want them to know who we're supporting, and it's just a great way. One of my favorite things about business. And this is something I've never used myself, but I know a lot of people have asked about it. So you guys must have a great marketing program to get the word out there. I'm not sure if there's any other products out there similar to this, but this is definitely something I would love to talk business afterwards.
Yes.
And
And
see.
I've used it, so we would never. We're very strict about we have to use the product to be able to.
Right.
That's kind of our
Right.
our jam. So
Yeah. And Matt and I will be trying it too.
We will.
You're going to use it here. I'm going to tic at home.
Mine, I tell you, I have a phobia of anything insecticides anymore. Even I know this is citric acid and it's natural. It's like I've killed so many things that I don't want to kill anything anymore. Like Non gets so mad at me.
It repels. It doesn't kill.
No,
So you
that's
can
true.
sleep
That's
well
true.
at night.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go on. All right, sorry.
Yeah, you were saying?
Oh, sorry.
So whenever customers, kind of going back to what you were saying, but whenever customers reach out to us, whether that be through social media or through email, phone call, typically, I am the person they talk to. So it's really nice to be able to watch it come full circle. So.
Nice.
that's great.
All right, is there any other questions for Kylee?
I think we have some chicken questions.
Okay.
And that we have to get to.
Okay.
All right, well, Kylee, thank you so much for being here. Great job.
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure to speak to you. Hopefully we can talk business.
Awesome. That sounds great. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
So,
Okay. Hold on.
Wait, hold.
I was going to wait, and I can't anymore. And I don't know if Non's back. It is hot. It's crap in here. And I'm like, okay, if we turn on the AC, then Ingrid's like, hey, it's freezing. And I don't want to. Are you guys not sweating like crazy?
I'm not sweating, but I bring a sweater because I know you.
It is so
Laura
hot
said
in here.
that Twitter says the stream's not available, just so you know.
And I don't see anything coming in from Amazon. Yeah, well, we just got to work on it.
Yeah, it's okay.
We'll figure that out.
So, Laura also had another question, and I wanted to bring it up. She has a broody. Here we go. A year-old Jersey Giant is so broody she will not stay out of the hutch. I take her out of the hutch and put her in the run, and she heads back to the hutch. So, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I know we don't like to break the broody, but not everybody can constantly add to their flock. So I had my little tiny bantam was broody, and she's been broody for a while, and I had to separate her. I had to prevent her from getting into the egg hutch. From what I understand, and Kristen, correct me if I'm wrong, but their body temperature goes up when they're broody. So, which is why people say if you don't let them nest, you kind of cool them down. So I kept her in the pergola. I mean, she did have like a palace for her because she's so tiny, but I kept her away from the other things. I only had to do that for 2 days. It looks like today she's not being broody.
Ah.
I don't know. I put Sean in charge of checking to see if she goes back up into the nest box. But I mean, there are humane ways to break the broody if you have to, and it's just to kind of, you're gonna have to like kind of put her in jail for a couple of days, whether it's a dog crate in the run or something where she has food and water and stuff to do. But
Yeah. You need to disrupt their habitat, her habit.
right, and get her body temperature to not be so hot. So
How long is too long for being broody?
I think it depends on the chicken. Like for Midge, she's so tiny, so she was broody for a couple weeks, and I was like, she's not eating enough, and she only weighs like 4 ounces.
What is the average length of a hen being broody that maybe
Well, 21 days.
But
what
you've
I was
had them
gonna
for months,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
What I was
I
going to
had
say,
one for-
without the ability to hatch eggs, like I
One
get
for
probably
3 months, and I was like, this, I can't break her, and she's gonna die.
Right. So it's almost like if you want to break the broody, the right answer is to make sure you give her what she's trying to do, and that is a clutch of eggs.
yeah, and you can't always do that.
Sure you
yeah.
can.
No, you can't,
You
some
can't
Matt.
eggs on it.
always, but
What is
Because
it, lady?
there are logistics involved.
Wait.
and there's a numbers game, chicken math.
Hold on. I didn't. If you guys would let me finish.
No.
Okay?
No.
I didn't say fertile eggs. I just said a clutch of eggs. Does it make a difference if they're fertile or not? If they don't hatch, will she sit on them? Because she's got to know. Hey,
No, you mean if she sits for 21 days and they don't hatch, she gives up?
that's one question.
No, she doesn't.
Okay. Do they know that they're developing or not?
I don't know. I don't know if they do. I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
Is that
they
okay?
say
Is that an okay question?
They say that they talk to the eggs.
Yeah.
They communicate with them. So
Does that work? He just took a whiff of oxygen.
It's awesome.
I don't know.
I understand the reason. I mean, I could give her eggs if I had fertile eggs and let her hatch them and then give away the chicks after a while. But I don't want to do that because I become attached. So I understand emotionally. And it's just, and it's a lot because she's so tiny and she can't really protect herself or her chickens.
I see a comment from Paul Rucker. I went to church with a Paul Rucker in South Carolina. I wonder if that's him.
Huh. Well, does it look like him?
I don't know. It was a long
It's been
time
a while.
ago.
Yeah, that crazy
It's a tiny
church.
picture.
Misty asks, question, is the healthy straw good for the run? Even if there is zero moisture, mine is very dry. I'm surprised she's saying that. Well, she has a beautiful
Yeah, I mean, I
coop
would
with a
say
solid
so.
roof run, so it
Yeah.
should be dry. But she, if I remember correctly, I hope she doesn't get. She's in the Pacific Northwest, where oh my gosh, if you ever want to go where it's rainy, I would have to. I mean, what would you guys say to that?
I'd say dry is fine.
Yeah, I can't see why that would hurt at all. Mm-hmm. I don't know if
it wasn't even dusty.
If it's dry, I'm not sure why. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's a good way to. So let's say it's getting dusty, and you want to put down the healthy straw, which again we're loving. I am shocked. I really didn't think I was going to be happy with it.
I think I might have to grab another.
Anything you want, Ingrid.
Yeah, me too.
You all heard that.
Of
I got
course.
witnesses.
Anything. Please. See, is that so hard? All right, and then I've always said you rather have a dry problem than a wet problem, and it doesn't hurt if you want to go in there if it's getting really dry, to maybe mist it down a little bit. And what can happen with the healthy straw is maybe mist it down a little bit and then put the healthy straw on top of it. Just saying. I don't know. You have room for error if you have a dry problem. Wet problem. That's what happened here. We were getting so much rain, and the runoff just coming through the run was ridiculous because we just put the coop right on the ground. We didn't put in a base, whatever. And it's not that we were having a problem. It's just other than the chickens were getting muddy and dirty. So I put that straw down. I don't think you could think of a worst case situation.
Yeah.
Double the amount of chickens, extremely wet ground, even with a solid roof run because of the runoff. That straw is amazing.
And you weren't free ranging at that time.
That's correct. Yeah, the nitrogen load, just the taxing of chickens in there doing their thing. It was incredible. James, real quick, I'm just dying. Are you guys hearing the static? I'm not sure.
I am.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we did wrong. Do you hear the
I'm
static? No, I hear the static.
It's just me and you,
Corbin.
Matt.
No.
We have static in our heads.
Typical.
So Darshell says, are you guys liking the healthy straw more than the hemp then? And we just want to make it clear. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm sorry. I wasn't listening at all. I was reading Laura's question, but go ahead. Now I will focus. Well, because you skipped past that. Hold on. I knew Laura was going to say this. To go back to her question, is it was just a white and a yolk, not even like a soft snake egg. If you guys ever seen that,
Yeah.
She's saying a yolk and an egg white, no shell, no nothing.
Oh,
like it just
well,
that
not
egg was
even the
ready
membrane.
That
What-
egg was
Yeah.
ready for the frying pan. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened. I don't know if I've had that happen or it's been that it was a very thin yolk and they kind of pecked at it and then ate the stuff because that's happened.
Okay, moving on. Okay, I see.
Yes, that's what I
So
was-
you
that's
guys are
what-
liking the health straw more than the hemp? No. This is gonna get me in trouble. I
Well,
knew this was
well,
gonna happen.
like-
Oh, what is this?
We right now we're recommending the healthy straw for the run and the industrial hemp for the hen house. So I did just Matt's retching because I brought out my poop
He doesn't.
sample.
She didn't even open it, Matt.
Dude,
You're being very dramatic.
I'm not. What is it? Criticize Matt Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Am I being dramatic?
That's when I get a chance to
Oh,
do
it's so
it.
You have
fun.
feces that you play like it's Play-Doh. Okay, am I the only one? What are you sticking your nose?
So we're very specific. I think there's nothing better than the hemp for deep litter. Nothing better.
That's right.
The healthy straw is great because there gets poop in your run. There
Yes.
gets poop outside your run. I love the healthy straw for the
God,
run.
what is this? Show and tell. Did you
Well,
do this
these-
as a little girl? Look, I made poop in a bag.
No, I'm just checking to see.
Let's slow down, please. So I do want to say, if I have some guinea pigs out there that use a deep litter system and they want to just experiment with healthy straw versus hemp, I would love to hear the results. I think we might do it very soon. After next week, when we get back, and we're bringing 3 Coops back. I'm going to put them on display. Oh, did you? Well, see, I do get squirreled. Did you guys see the big signs out front?
Yes.
Aren't those nice?
Yes. Very nice.
I think I want to experiment with some healthy straw in the deep litter system, just so we know.
Yeah.
And I think we might be pleasantly surprised. I think the reason why we'll be pleasantly surprised is the thing we preach. The number one thing when it comes to a chicken coop is you got to have the right size. And when you have the right size, you've allowed yourself to have wiggle room for error. There's so many people that get those little tiny coops because they're told it's the right size and it's not, and you have problems. You just have no wiggle room for ventilation, for the nitrogen load, for the diaper. We had a customer recently bring a Coop Works water silo back, which I was like, well, this is the first time we've had a return. She said it doesn't fit in my coop. I was like, oh my gosh, her coop must have been so small.
Oh.
So that's where I
okay,
realized.
Not one of ours.
Yeah, our baby bars. We got to go make baby bars now for the Chinese coops that are out there. At least that'll solve that problem, and just hang it right on the side of that of the run of those little coops, or get a bigger coop, which is the right thing to do. Anyways, so hold on. What is the point here? You brought this.
Well, yeah, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Is this the same stuff?
Yeah, the same stuff. My poop in a bag with straw, with hemp, and small particle hemp and large particle hemp.
And
Open them up.
I did.
do
I
you
did
think?
leave them outside on the sidewalk in the sun.
you did?
I did. So
Of course you did.
I don't know if that's going to change anything.
Well, were they both in the sun?
Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
happened?
And I have the large
Well-
particle. Yeah, the large particle here. And I have just the bag of regular
Did
poop.
we date them? Did you put the date on those?
No.
Okay.
I
What
think
is-
it was 3 weeks ago though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
science.
So
But some water got in there, so I don't know.
is it bad?
It smells worse than it did the first day
Okay, because
when it was fresh. Because I think that I'm gonna have to run some more tests.
Okay.
We're
Sorry.
very sciencey.
Now I'm
Yeah,
not
really.
smelling them, but I was like, oh gosh, what are you gonna do now?
So buy and sell also said I'd like to know what I can put in the chicken run. I'm getting a lot of chicken poop and stuff in the run.
Healthy straw, healthy
Yeah.
straw, healthy straw,
You can, but there's lots of options for the
healthy
run.
straw, healthy straw.
I love wood chips.
Sell the healthy straw. Sell
free
it.
wood chips and healthy straw is available at Carolina
Thank you.
Coops.
Jeez.
Yeah, and healthy straws it
We
lasts. It really expands.
Right. And we
Yeah.
haven't done an official video, which we got to do, but apparently when we did the first initial video putting in there, my mic was off. I thought we did a sound check.
We did. I think it went off. Like it was the sound check was fine, and then we had trouble with Kristen's mic. Her mic was working. Yours was not. I mean, I'm playing with the audio in editing, so I've kind
We
of
could do a
leveled it up.
voiceover.
It's
Ooh, that's not
I
bad.
don't know, that might be fun.
That's a good idea. And we can do the voiceover right in here. Once upon a time, far, far away, in front of Carolina
Here we
Coops.
are.
yeah, but
spreading
I'm
the-
already editing. Like
spreading the
whatever.
You should.
straw.
Oh, she knew what I was about to say. You should come here and we'll edit it together. Yay! All right, so guys, thank you so much. So we're a little bit after 1 o'clock. We are here for your questions and comments. Real quick, just to recap: the first Saturday lime. So the active ingredient is citric acid,
That's what it said.
and so that makes it very, very safe. But the biggest thing is it's repellent, but it's non-caustic, meaning it's not going to burn you.
Yeah.
So that
Right.
makes it very safe. So I think that's a huge advantage to using this product. And I'm not sure if we have any comments out there, any viewers that have also used it and have any feedback. I think I might have saw a couple, but I did want to touch base on that. But anyways,
And you know I wouldn't use it because I use only organic
Yeah.
and permaculture practices, so I wouldn't use something that I didn't think was
Well, see, now you just touched on a nerve. I know the definitions have changed as over the years as to what's organic. And I remember as a bug guy when organic came out, and it's like, what does organic really mean? Everyone had their different definitions, so we had to abide by different standards. Insecticides can be a term. I'm not going to say organic, but that was the other part, which it's a very systematic approach to what we call IPM, integrated pest management, where you don't just go right to the bullet, if you will. You got to start with the prevention. You got to start with the cleaning, but sometimes insecticides can be beneficial. What? You're looking at me like...
I'm listening
okay.
intently.
Yes, hanging on every word.
Just like you like.
So I want people to realize I don't want to just bash insecticides. I'm bashing the abuse of it, but if it's used correctly, can be part of a program that is still very safe, that you could almost define that as being organic, even though I know that's not the definition of organic.
There are, like when Dr. Crespo was on here, remember she said that the Elector PCP... Was it? That's not what it's called. PSP?
Yes.
We're not giving our chickens drugs. That has a spinosad. Spinosad is an insecticide, but it's organic. It's deemed organic. Like for an organic, to certified organic garden, which mine is not certified, clearly, but for a certified organic gardening and certification, you can use a spinosad. So there are insecticides and there are things that you can use that would be considered organic. So it's not nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Anyway,
I'm starting to smell that now.
We need to do a show on pet. I know we've done one on pests.
That helps.
But let's just break it down like a pest. We've done your show, like your banner show about extermination of pests, but maybe we can do a short version. Maybe even a little video.
Oh, when we did a show about pests around a coop.
Yes.
You know, I never went back and watched it. I hope I did a good job.
Yeah.
Because it is hard for me to, remember things, and it just so many things start going through my head. It's like, gosh, they're not going to understand this until we start here. And I do want to keep it simple because it's not complicated.
Yeah, like a short version.
Yeah, and you know what? Gosh, if
And with
anyone's...
instructions. People just want the net of it. Like, okay, well, really, that's fine. Tell me what to do.
I keep forgetting our beloved Evan Archer. He is on his way down tomorrow. He needs to bring me my bug book. I keep forgetting, and I want it here. So thank you for reminding me of that.
so here's a question that we didn't get to.
Tell them
And
I want a fly light, too.
From yesterday's live shop video, do you toss your wood scraps? If so, should you build an incinerator and burn the scraps and sell the wood ash?
okay, so we went live yesterday. Did you guys see it?
I saw a bunch of social media things.
You
The
can't.
live-
The
I did not
future
see
in
the live.
politics for you is is strong with you.
I saw the one with
Do you
the...
not get the
with
notifications? Do you not watch what we do?
I was probably working.
Yeah, me
Good
too.
answer. Good
I was
answer.
working.
Thank
I
you.
was in
Thank
the
you.
thick of
All
it.
right. Do you toss your wood scraps? Question mark. If so, should you build an incinerator and burn the scraps and sell the wood ash from ashes? Okay. We do toss our wood scraps. Well, what we do, and I tell you, this is a huge. I hope one day maybe I can capture what we do behind the scenes. We have these beautiful scrap wood bins that we built here, and it was rejected Doug fir. They're probably the world's best compost bins because there's slats, you get air in it, whatever. And we oiled it with the Cabot Australian Timber Oil, which is just one of our favorite products if you ever want to keep a coop looking natural. Anyways, and we have this sign on it, whatever. So we throw our scrap wood in there, and we put it out by the road. And the public here, I had no idea how much it means to them. I can't even begin to tell you the stories. I'll go out there every now and again, just saying thank you for taking scrap wood. I have just met some of the greatest people and heard some stories. I didn't realize how important the scrap wood is for them. So to answer your question, that's what we do with it. And I don't know if I want to get into burning for ash because I can only imagine what happens with the with compliance from the local city.
Environmentally speaking.
But you can pick up your free wood here and make your...
Environmentally speaking, what do you mean by that?
Well, you don't want to incinerate, like...
Burn if you don't have to?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, for you lovely people who have HOA issues, rebrand your chickens as North American dirt parrots.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's so tempting. I can't I can't.
No,
right?
do it.
I'm-
Do it.
No,
Funny.
okay.
Do it.
That was
No,
funny.
I'm not touching that one. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, the bell?
Yeah.
That's not bad. No, but I want to touch. I want to say something that I know I can't. So never mind. Moving on. Why is it so bad to be broody?
Yeah. It's not.
It's because you lose eggs. It's
Well,
their maternity leave. They stop laying eggs when they're broody, and they also stop eating and drinking.
Yeah.
That's pretty
They,
stressful, right?
They,
Yeah,
yes,
it's very
it's stressful on their bodies. They only get up once a day to eat, drink, and poop.
Yep. So, I mean, it's fine. It's a great way to add to your flock, though. But
All right, and so before I forget, did we get the names of the people that had the correct answer? James has done his homework
James
like a
does.
good student. Mm-hmm. And let's do this. My daughter is due. Hold on one second, folks. Can I have someone have Jetta come to the studio, please? Someone let Jetta to come to the studio, please. Make sure her hair is brushed. All right, so you got the names. Are they on little tiny thingy-mabobs? Oh, brilliant. We're going to put it into something, and we're going to make this real official. And maybe bigger. Do we have something bigger? We got to fold it up. We got to make sure, because I tell you, someone always, every time we do this, someone's like, that wasn't fair. I mean, come on,
yeah,
people.
we should have something. Where's the thing that the nipples were in?
Oh, she won't be. I don't know, maybe she can stick her hand in there. I don't got to dump all the nipples out.
All right.
All right, so what we're going to do, so I don't know if we can bring up the Instagram post, but we were trying something. I don't know if it worked well, but I thought it was fun. So we're going to do a drawing.
Yes.
There's a list of names that can I have, all right, I'll tell you what, bring me the names right here, please. And they are people that follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, they have to follow.
Don't get in the water. Don't get in right here where it's dry. People will be like, oh, there is, mine got in the water. Perfect. Okay. And so they're all folded up. And okay, beautiful. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read them off real quick. So everyone, okay, so not too bad. All right. So this turned out a little bit better.
What do you mean read them off?
Well, just a bit. No, okay, fine. I won't.
What are you doing?
Because some people are going to be like, oh, my name wasn't in the drawing. I just know how these things go. But
All
okay,
right,
fine.
Don't read them off.
All right, fine. Ingrid's like, I got to go pee. All right. So the question was, based on these 3 clues, where is this chicken coop going? What were the 3 clues? Do we remember?
I won't get it up.
All right, thank you. I was trying to give you time to do that.
Oh, was that what you were doing? Oh, Matthew.
All right, so we're gonna share our screen. We're gonna share our Instagram. Yeah, and we can play the video once. So we have a new full-time person helping here, especially with social media, which I think is very important. It's love it or hate it. It's here to stay. We got to figure out what we're gonna do with AI soon. AI is getting insane.
Oh, that's another conversation.
Am I not allowed to have that conversation? Ooh.
All right.
That was so loud. I'm sorry, folks.
Yep. So that was.
The name of the indigenous people start with the letter C and ends with the letter.
Oh.
How do we pause this? Boom,
There you
beautiful.
go.
What's it? Hi, princess. Give me 1 second. You have a job to do. You know what that job is? No. To make sure that people don't complain about giving away free shirts. So you're gonna do what you've done before. We're gonna put these names, okay, in a hat. In a hat. Who's got a hat? James has got a hat. Speaking of hat, we need our Carolina Coops hat. Is it all
really.
sweaty and
Get
gross?
on there.
Go ahead and grab Mr. James's hat, please.
The second question was the most consumed item in this country was created during the Great Depression.
Getting there. Okay.
I know, but
We got to move things along.
yeah, really.
And number 3, a place where 2 shipwrecks stack atop each other.
So, did either one of you know that answer?
No,
Nope.
So, the people that knew the
I didn't
answer
know any of those.
must have Googled it. Is that what we're saying?
No, I mean, some people know that, but I'm just saying that.
Let's see if it.
Hang on a second.
It
Let
may
me go
work.
back to.
All right. So, we're going to do a quick drawing, just something to do that was fun. But I'm not sure if anybody
Just walk
knows,
over
based
here.
on those
See.
clues right now, what the answer is. If you answer
Yeah,
it,
that's
doesn't
fine.
count because this is all for Instagram. But we got the names in here. How many was there, James? 16. Okay, not bad. I was hoping for a lot more. Boy, if you're not following us on Instagram, please go do that. All right. So, Jetta, how are you doing today?
Okay, Jetta, sit down.
So this is where Kristen just disappears. Why do you disappear? Why do you do this? But it's fun. It's fun. She can come in here. Hello, Jetta. How you doing today? You can go ahead and go ahead and talk into the mic. Say hi to everyone. This is my Princess Jetta, my mini-me, my animal lover. Oh my gosh, you love your animals? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Jetta. You're gonna draw a name out of the hat, and I'm gonna keep it up here.
It's not shaking. I can see it right through here.
They're mixed up.
He's got women telling him what to do all the time.
All day long. Okay, so we're gonna shake it. Okay, now you can't look, and you're gonna draw the name, and then after you draw the name, you're gonna. Would you like to read it off? I would like for you
can't
to.
pronounce it.
Yeah, we're gonna help you. Are you ready? Or it's shaking? Let me make sure I shake it. See? Here.
Is it sticking to the sweaty hat?
All right. So the answer was Guam.
Yes.
We have a chicken coop going to Guam. Isn't that
exciting.
cool?
That's
Yes,
so
very
exciting.
exciting. I say, Jetta, without looking, reach up, pull one piece of paper out. And this is gonna be the winner. We need a drum roll. All right, and who is the winner? Nice and clear into. Oh, that one's easy. Go ahead.
No, I don't.
No? All right. At Sarah Charon. You may or may not be watching right now, but if you are, you just want a t-shirt. We'll have to notify at Sarah.Charon.
Yes. James will reach out in Instagram on an instant message. Did you write the name down? Because you'll forget. I know I would have forgotten.
There you go.
already.
Give that to Mr. James. Jetta, thank you so much.
And get her address, and we'll send her a t-shirt and get her size.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's going to be someone that's in. We've had some winners that.
And she gets to pick her T-shirt too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Boy,
All right.
we've had some expensive shirts go out. It's like $200 to ship it to people in
Oh.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Well, and that listener was someone that I went to church with. So that's interesting. I believe he wanted to show me one day how to fishtail on a dirt road, and we wrecked the car. I wasn't driving though. That was the last I ever saw of him, I think.
Well, and he's back now.
Every time Matt says going back to my bug days, I hear the I used to be a bug guy sound effect.
That's great.
That used to be a bug guy.
Yeah, that's funny.
I hear that in my head too.
Yeah, we got to get our drum pad so we do the sound effects more. Oh my goodness. Okay, now the show's getting a little out of hand.
Oh,
He's gonna knock over
he
lights.
doesn't remember me.
No, because you got to work here every day. There's Leo, our beautiful Maine Coon, and he's
Here's a
just
question.
okay. Thank you.
Patty says, every once in a while I get a sandpapery egg, not a smooth surface. What happened? Still good to eat?
I get those too.
I do too.
I think they're calcium deposits.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just on the shell.
Here's-
It doesn't affect the inside of the egg.
Here's what happens, folks. We have been so spoiled, and it's not even spoiled. It's not a good thing that we have gotten so used to that when we go to the grocery store, we just assumed that all food is always looking perfect, always looking beautiful, and that we can't buy it if it's not. And that's not true. There's so much food that's wasted, actually, because it doesn't meet the physical appearance that it should. It's really, really sad.
There's a food delivery service called, I think it's Misfits.
Yeah.
Where you can buy.
I think so.
Yeah, and you get like the fruit that didn't sell, the bruised fruit, the one that's not perfect, and blah blah
Misshapen.
Misshapen, and not ready for prime time as far as the supermarket goes. Yeah, so check that out. We don't get anything for saying that, but I think that's a great idea. Because we like you said, we were so used to like it has to be perfect looking.
We don't get anything financially for anything we do.
No,
I just
we
want people to know that we do this out of the kindness of our heart. Our customers that purchase from us, they're the ones that provide this at the end of the day. Nan's turned way down. Nan is back. Turn Nan up.
Hi, Nan.
Hi, Nan. How's the DMV? Oh God, I hope everything's done.
It was so fun.
That's
So fun. But you know what? You guys will have a truck and trailer legal to haul to the next cool thing.
We are headed to downtown New York City with 2 trucks,
Yeah.
3 coupes. It is going to be nuts.
And you know what? I think
Carolina Coops comes to Midtown.
Oh, yeah. Her
I
speakers
think
are too
we
loud in there.
should do the show. We weren't going to do the show next week, but I think we should because you can call in live.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. It makes me mad, but I can't.
What?
I wish there's no way. There's no way I can.
You'll be done by noon.
Or there's no way I can. No, absolutely not. However, we're also, how long are you going to be gone?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So we're going to be
we'll be gone for 3 weeks, people.
But you
It's
are
okay.
but
I
you are
can
gonna,
call in.
Can't the show go on?
It's not the same.
Let's
even like
get
when
it together, people.
even when Ingrid leaves, it's like it's just not the same. But you are going to do a
Just
site.
a potty break.
You are going to do a site survey for us.
I am. We have a chicken coop going to Europe, and I sold
Into the
one
mic,
to.
into
I
the mic.
sold one to
Thank you.
Switzerland today.
Nice.
It's been in the works for a while, but we
Nice.
just finalized.
Good job. Yeah, we're definitely picking up in the European market, which is great. I'm hoping my dream is actually the next shop will be in Europe, but
We have to figure out a way to do the show when you guys feel like leaving town, because the rest of us get to take all the phone calls.
so our fan base, our viewers are so mad when you don't do video
Well,
chicken.
okay, can I just say,
No.
I'm saying. So if we're not doing a show, I'm not going to schedule it. So everybody gets notifications that there's a live show happening on Fridays, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. If you don't get that notification, that means that there's not a live show, because I have to do that every time.
Yeah, but it
good.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're still going to be like, where's VCL?
I know, but I'm trying to tell people how they can check to see if we're on or not.
Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is that we're just simply not on. I
you
love
sure
it.
you can't do it next week?
Into the mic. Do you hear?
Are you sure you can't do it next week?
Can
when
we
you're,
do something next week?
I am going to be.
I need a break.
I'm gonna. No, you're coming with us. We're still gonna be in New York City
Well, I
next
know.
week.
You could call in.
Absolutely not.
Can you maybe just go live?
No, I'm not. It's
You'll
not
be
worth
done
it.
by noon.
No, we're just. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we got limited time to get the hell out of
You
there.
need to be off the plaza by noon.
Yeah, they're doing background checks on, like, it's nuts what we've had to go through to get onto the plaza, I guess we can call it. All right, moving on. Let's if there's any other questions.
All
or
right, so I
comments,
guess
here
we
go.
will be out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Kristen.
Sorry.
But you will be doing a site survey,
Yes.
and I tell you, it's critical. It is so important because we got to figure out
Maybe Kristen can call in
I
from the
can.
site survey.
if you have good audio.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably 4 a.m. there when it's noon here.
It's like 5 o'clock. Yeah.
5 o'clock
Maybe
somewhere.
maybe Kristen can send in a video of the site survey.
No,
you guys
no,
can
no.
play
Yeah, sorry.
something.
Yeah, possibly. Oh
We
yeah,
can
you're
brainstorm.
definitely documenting it. Absolutely.
Misty asks, question, thank you. How many bales of straw do you use for your run? Does it cover similar to hemp? So you
I
did
would say it does.
Yeah, you did 2.
One?
No, you did 2 in your coop.
Okay,
Was it-
pause, time out. And I want to say this is in the video. Okay?
Yeah.
I asked in the video, how many bales of straw do we use in the run? What did you guys tell me? Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, silence. You told me, no, Matt, we only did 1. I said, no, I'm pretty sure we did 2. And I'm pretty sure we did 1 in course, and I'm pretty sure we did 1 in fine. But you
Right.
guys are like, no, Matt, you're losing your mind. We only did 1. How many did we do?
2. But the thing is I'm having an editing issue because I don't really want to refer to the fine because we're not selling the fine.
Not yet, but okay, that's fine.
It's pretty
that fine?
similar.
It is similar, but I don't want to see the thing when you put something out there and then you're not able to deliver, it just causes more problems. I would agree with that.
Misty,
So
to
many
answer your
problems.
question, we used 2 bales, and I could not believe how much it covered and how thick it was.
Yeah.
In a 6 by what's out there? 6
18.
by 18?
18.
So how many square feet is that? I suck at
72,
math. Someone
I
took my
know.
calc. Oh, I got my phone. You guys can figure out the math. I was shocked.
108.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And how long it's lasting.
Yeah. So Misty's is 8 by.
She added
It's huge. I don't know.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
of
But I
money.
can tell you, it's worth it if you have a reason to use it. I am absolutely amazed by the product.
Okay. So our friend Francine, a friend has silkies. I don't, and I don't know what a good silky ladder looks like. Can you tell me, please?
We do need
The
to add this to. What I'm sorry. What'd you say, Nan?
The ground.
Honestly, that's a good.
Well,
that's a
it
good
just
answer.
depends on the silky. Some silkies use the
Here we go,
ladder.
Miss
Some
Silky.
silkies use the ramp.
No, they don't. They
Some
don't use
silkies
anything.
need like a
Complete
handrail
attention.
type thing or guard on the side of the
Some
ramp.
need helmets and an escalator.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Some need a human to pick them up and put them where they need to go every night.
Run from silkies.
So
Run.
it just depends. I've had silkies that run with a pack that do everything that the other chickens do. So it just
ahead, Matt.
depends on the silky.
What I was gonna do is just stop this because that might be just whatever. All right. we do need to get the silky. We've had success with our silky ramp with putting AstroTurf on or some type of material and having side ramps because they can't see where they're going.
What's the AstroTurf for?
Yeah.
To grip it because that fifth toe getting in the way.
I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah, I don't think
It
so.
worked. It did work. I'm telling you, God, silkies are such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, that'd be a pain to clean.
Susan asked if you can use healthy straw in the nest boxes.
You got to clean the silkies because they're getting crapped on.
Susan asked, can you use healthy straw in the nest
There's some
boxes?
silky rage here.
Listen, let me be clear.
Let's get him a whole silky flock.
Can you use it? Yes, but I don't recommend it. If you're going to use a nesting material, long stringy, long grassy, long stalky. Speaking of nesting material, we're going to be taking one of our rollout nest boxes. One of our rollout nest boxes to the show next week, and we got to figure out what we're going to use in there for material. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, I was hoping for
Yeah,
suggestions.
I don't know because I just don't.
I've never used them before.
Yeah.
How much of the healthy straw do I need to put in an American Coop run? So again, so what does that break down to? If we did 108 square feet with 2 bales, what's that break down to? And I think it was perfect. What's that break down to per square foot?
It's about 50, 54.
Hold on. So if we take 108,
50 is a nice round number.
108, we're going to divide that by 2, 54. I would say 1 bale of healthy straw at, what would we say, 2 inches, 3 inches? I mean, it was nice. It was fluffy.
It didn't need to. You didn't even have to do it that thick.
Yeah.
I haven't put it down that thick.
I am just, seriously, so 54 square feet per bale.
Or
Now,
more.
yes, and I'm not saying that's the final number, but that's just what we did real quick is I'm finally experimenting with it. There's wiggle room. There's wiggle room there. If you want to go thicker, go thicker. You don't have to.
Bruce says he used First Saturday Lime for over a year. It's great around my hostas as a slug repellent.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mollusk. I can see that burning them. Well, I shouldn't say burning them up. That's going to be a repellent.
Yep. Oops. Speaking of repellent, there's something flying in my face here.
I started to watch the live stream, but it was filmed in portrait, so I gave up. Interesting.
Maybe that.
Should we not do it in portrait?
Not on Instagram. I mean, Instagram's supposed to be
Portrait. That's what I thought we did. Oh, we're on
No.
YouTube. Wait. Oh, yeah. We got to go landscape for YouTube.
That's good feedback.
It
Thank
depends.
you.
If you're doing YouTube short, it's portrait. If you're doing a YouTube live, it's landscape. Hey, you're like the kid from school. You should know these things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jeez. Yeah, everything's portrait. They don't know. Landscape. What's landscape? What's that thing over there on the wall? That's a
Yeah,
phone?
it used to be landscape only.
Oh, boy.
I started to watch the live stream, but it was okay. So, started my coop build. I live at 6,100 feet. Temps range from -20 to 90 degrees during the year. Do I need to insulate between the walls or not? I've gotten mixed answers. Let me be clear. We talk about this all the time. And it is critical we're about to say. And I'm going to say this is the end-all, be-all answer. And I don't say that very often. And I know everyone's got their own opinion. Listen, chickens, most breeds, do extremely well in cold temperatures. It's not the cold temperature that you have to worry about. It's the wind chill. So you do not need to insulate. You need to block the wind chill. What we have seen happen over the years, as soon as someone insulates their coop and you're trapping the air, you're trapping moisture. And when that moisture gets on the chicken and they go outside to the -20 degrees, you're increasing the chances for frostbite. You're increasing the chances that you're going to cause health problems because they have a drastic temperature change. The right thing to do is block the wind chill in the hen house. And if you want to take it a step further, and I tell you the feedback we're getting from our customers with our storm shields, put the storm shields on your run. That way it's a consistent temperature from the hen house to the run without insulating, without heating. And you're blocking the wind chill, but it still can breathe. It can still exhaust. You're not trapping the moisture. It's that simple.
All right.
Why so silent? Yeah, I mean, come on.
That was well said.
Oh,
That
thank
was
you.
crystal clear.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
I find myself having to say that so many times because I don't know why people sometimes want to not understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think again we tend to think that if we're cold, the chicken's cold, and they need to be. It's why you don't put coats on double coated dogs. Like you don't shave them. You know,
Right.
you just
They have their own insulation, really.
Darshell says, that makes me sad because I tell everyone on Friday afternoons I'm not available and we are building a house right now and it's making it hard, but it's worth it. Love watching you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, listen, you guys got to be here. Stop going on these vacations.
Well, you're not
I don't
here
go-
next week.
I never go on vacation.
We have purposely scheduled what we're doing
And
next
one
week.
of those weeks is Memorial Day. So
Yeah.
So what's that mean?
some people do things.
What?
I don't know.
Just heard Matt say we are not worth it. What?
No.
Not sure what that means. Put a camp. What does that mean? Melinda, explain. Not worth it. Who? What?
She's saying that you guys are implying that it's not worth it to your listeners to extend yourselves to do the show for the next 3 weeks.
Not true. It's the
No.
opposite. It's not worth doing a show that is not valuable to our viewers and listeners.
Right. And until we're all together.
Like, let's experiment. If Ingrid walks out of the room right now, watch. The show is just not the same.
We need her energy.
We do.
Really? You're
Yeah.
always yelling at me for yelling at you.
Well,
It's for the show. It's fake. Actually,
we
Ingrid
need
and
to-
I
we
get
need
along.
we need to outnumber Matt. That's really key.
Ingrid and I get along all the time. We just fight on the show for fake.
We do. We do.
No, that's not true at all.
We
This is when we get along the most.
It's always spirited.
No, we
spirited
look,
but
we
friendly.
we had nice moments before the show, right, Matt?
Yes, when you come here and you're like, ah. All right. Cappy McCappy. Straw is slippery. Good point. Not the healthy straw. That's interesting because it's cut up so short and split open. It's not
Yeah.
slippery at all.
No.
So we're not talking about regular straw, like you're gonna go get a straw bale and it's really long and you're gonna shake it down. No, we're not talking about that. The healthy straw, and you'll see this in the video, it's like a pillow that is just, it's amazing.
And Missy, it does break down. You can use it in the compost. And East Stormy. Oh, I'm already going past because I'm
Okay,
I'm
it is.
ready
Well,
I'm
I
ready
wanted to
for my
say
break soon.
something
Go
because
ahead.
that's another question that comes up. How fast is it breaking down? Because people don't want it to break down too fast,
Right.
but they don't want it to take too long. That's the thing we're looking at right now. And we're going on 4 weeks, and we should do another video today, and hopefully the audio's good, that it's not breaking down real fast, but it is breaking down. Like, it's doing its job. And again, I got twice the amount of chickens in that run. It's disgusting.
Yeah. East Stormy asked if Timothy hay can hurt the chickens.
I don't think so.
Disgusting. Let me be clear. Disgusting on what we're doing. We're breaking our own rules. I can't believe how nice the run looks with how many chickens we have. So anyway, sorry, I want to be clear there.
So Timothy hay, I don't. Do you know anything? What is? I don't. All right, he's already gone.
No, yeah. Mic trap.
Mic trap.
Listen.
Oh, maybe use AI Matt to host in real life Matt is not available.
Do you guys ever ask yourself or look back in time and say, okay, because of this invention, wow, did it really change lives? Did it really change our lives? I don't mean in a good way, bad way. It changed our lives. When the internet came out, the automobile came out, color TV maybe. We are due. You got to think about this. And this is what you have to do in business. You got to really be in touch with what's going on in this planet if you want to be successful in business, right? Because you got to figure out what's going to come in the future. And I've been saying we are due for something new. The last one was this, without a doubt. These smartphones, and good and bad, whatever, it has changed our lives. You can't go anywhere now. It is sad. And I know I'm probably going to be just as guilty. We're all just looking at our phones. That's going to cause a major problem because that is what's causing the problems today. We've just become disconnected and we know everything because we're being told what the phone is telling us and we're not being all educated the same way. Does that make sense? Anyways.
I also think that the interesting thing is like how phone and social media is supposed to keep you connected, right, to people.
Right.
But it does the opposite because it
point.
insulates you. It doesn't. People don't know how to have conversations.
That's right.
Or write a sentence properly because they just text and abbreviate everything.
That's why I'm saying because we're not communicating anymore, it's killing us. Mm-hmm. I can't,
See, we agree on that one.
I know. We agree on so much more. So the point is AI, that's the new thing coming that is going to change our lives. I have no idea how. When you talked, we had a customer come here that actually does AI for a huge tech company, and he says, it scares me.
Oh, yeah, because it should. Because there's, again, it's the
Anyways, Mike Trapp,
rules are gonna
excellent idea. We're going to do a show
behind
using AI. Absolutely. Can we look into that?
No. You might be replaced, Matt.
Okay, now let's make an argument. Let's make an argument.
At
AI
least when you guys leave town, somebody gets to watch something.
Let's make an argument, though. Now, I know the AI has advanced greatly for whatever reason recently, and I want to know what's really behind the AI and how all of a sudden has it been advanced? Because AI has been around for a while. Remember spell check? Mm-hmm. That's AI, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Can we do a show with AI?
No. All right, it's 1:30.
Yeah.
I guess everyone's got to go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed today's show. Next week, we will not be here. The week after that, we won't be here because someone's going to be on vacation.
We'll be
Maybe
back
I'll change my
June,
mind at the last minute. I guess Ingrid's really got to go.
June 9th, and we'll have some updates for you.
Oh, there's going to be so many updates. You guys have a great weekend. Later.
Bye.